That's Don't Breathe.
Hereditary.
That's probably, it took me a bit of time to think about because I'm not really into scary movies, but my favourite scary movie is Exorcist 3.
Favourite scary movies, got to be The Exorcist.
I'd have to say Paranormal Activity 2.
My favourite scary movie would have to be Mother, with the exclamation point at the end. Because I'm Mother!
Insidious 1 and 2.
Oh, my favourite? I'm gonna say Scream. But I'll tell you why.
When I went to bed, I was just like, do I breathe? You know? Obviously, it's just a movie that was just, there's a lot of good jump scares. They had a great like music, and it kept you on the edge of your seat. Like when the characters weren't breathing, you were holding your breath in the cinema. Like, you know, like when they go, like when there's movies you go in the water, you want to hold your breath. But this one, because they're in such a confined space, they don't want to get fucking killed, man. Like you just felt like you're on the ride with them, even though they're trying to rob this cunt's house.
I think the fact that it didn't rely on jump scares was pretty big. The score was really, really good. Like all the chilling. There's a lot going on.
That Tron.
Yeah, yeah. And there's just so much that you don't see that when you watch it a second time, you see it again, just like shadows in the corner or just like something.
Yeah.
And yeah, that freaked me out.
Wes Craven, right? I understand. I think my favorite genre of horror is like slasher films. I think they can be they can be gory, they can be like tense and thrill, but the screams were really the ones that put me onto it, and they made me feel like, oh shit, like that mask is so iconic to me. Like when I see that mask, I think like some dude's running around with a knife trying to kill absolutely everybody inside.
Obviously the actual storyline is scary because it involves the devil and possession. There's a lot of jump scares in it that are really good and do actually make you jump out your seat. And because the acting is so good that it's believable, and because it's believable you think it could happen, and it makes it even scarier.
The acting felt real, and it's something that possibly could happen. It was maybe over the top with the facial makeup, some of the parts of the film, but by God, it really sent a shiver down my spine. It really did.
It's something that could happen because I believe in like ghosts and demons and stuff, so because it could happen, it makes it so much more real. I've seen so many like real life encounters that just made me like, whoa, it just, I don't know, I just think it could happen. And I've had a couple of experiences myself.
It's more like gripping. You see stuff in the movie that you wouldn't really see on a day-to-day basis, so it's like there's all these themes in it. Like, I wouldn't say it's more horror-based or supernatural. It's just really confronting. Like there's some top dog graphic scenes in it, which is what you want from like a scary movie, because you just watch it and go, what the fuck is going on?
Befuddled.
Why are they doing this? Why would... Like, at the start it's clean slate, everything's fine, it's all nice, and because it's about this lady and she has her house, and then she's like, they built this house with her husband, and then all these just random people start showing up and they're just doing dodgy shit. Like there's one scene where there's this dude and he gets into a fight in the house, gets dropped on the floor, and a bit of blood goes on the floor, and then she puts a carpet over the floor, but then she checks later and then there's like more blood on the floor, and because there's like a blood stain on the carpet, and I'm just like, what's going on?
I like the idea of just like ghosts and spiritual beings taking over, you know, people. I think it's spooky, man. Like, you know, your soul could be imprisoned for all of eternity, and you like no one would even know. Deep, bro, it's deep.
It was one of those movies where even it flew on the radar for me, but when I found it again, I was like, wow, this is actually such a great experience in the cinema. And yeah, I got it back, watched it again, enjoyed it again, was disgusted again, didn't breathe again, didn't I?
Watched it twice in the cinema, and a little bit on YouTube. Just looking it up, looking up different things I would have missed and explaining there, because there's a lot to explain, especially the ending. I came out the cinema and I was like shaking. I was so wigged out. And then the second time I saw it, I was like, oh, all good, I've already seen it. Couldn't sleep, eh? Just looking in the corner of my room like, oh god, I've done it again.
Like I was always watching scary shit. I never was truly scared, like, but I'd feel scared when I was that age. But if I watched it again now, it probably wouldn't be the same. But when I was younger, yeah, I was truly scared. Yeah. Because the concept of fear when you're younger is more than like talking to girls. The concept of fear is like this dude's gonna kill me.
Like I feel like if ghosts are real, then demons could be real as well. Although they're completely different, because I feel like ghosts are like family members that have like passed on and they're trying to connect with you before they go, but demons are like a presence that are like there to get something from you. Every single noise I heard, I was like, fuck, that's a demon, like that's I'm gonna be possessed, like something's gonna happen. I was terrified. I couldn't sleep that night at all.
Bro, absurdity attains high new levels. People just flow in by the time, like, I'm talking about the multitudes. Keep going, keep going. Fast forward like 20 minutes, she's being worshipped as like this idol god, and her husband is like another god. And they're like, it gets to a whole new depravity where they're kind of just like, they crave of this couple that lives in the house. Like, they're just like, we need more from you guys. She's like, I'm pregnant. They're like, oh my gosh, a god from the gods. This is what we need. We're so blessed. She gives birth after all this turmoil, and everyone's silent. They're like, bro, the people like grab it. They're like, oh my god, this is the god from the gods, bro. And then they're like, oh, look how soft it is. Look how fucking breaks his arm. The baby's like dying, and then they're like, oh, we've hurt the baby, we've hurt the god. We must sacrifice this god.
Like for the first few weeks, yeah, like it's just I was scared to go to sleep just in case I didn't wake up or something, like just in case someone stole my body or soul something. I've watched it at least a couple dozen times. Like I like to revisit, get a bit of a scare every now and then. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be watching it this Halloween.
Too scared.
Yeah, I actually have a crazy story. So I didn't want to see it because it just looked absolute shit, to be honest. That's what I thought. But my mates, Jack and Jack, yes, they're both named Jack, they were like to me, do you want to go see that new movie, Nerve? Obviously I was like, yeah, Nerve looks pretty cool, let's go see it. So we go down to our local cinema, have some dinner beforehand, and I was like, oh, so Nerve's still at, oh, it's at 6:45, isn't it? And I was like, they just won't reply to me. Then they just look at me very sussly and go, we're not fucking seeing Nerve.
I'm still sorry about this.
It's okay, it's alright, mate.
But yeah, you enjoyed Don't Breathe, so you're welcome that we took you to see that instead.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
The mum, there was a Tony Collette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She in Sixth Sense too.
Yeah, she was crazy, man. Very good. I thought the son had his moments, like when he's in the car. I think that was his standout scene. But like, well, like what would you do in that situation? And then when he just goes home and like the mum's just like screaming when she sees the car, and he's just like, you just see his face like, oh, like first time. I think we saw it the first time. Yeah. That was your second time.
Yeah.
That's alright. Oh fuck! I really came out of the cinema and I was just like, oh my god, like I haven't seen a movie like that in a long time.
I love the whodunit. Whodunit is like what they're based off. Like the whole, when you know it's this guy, you know it's Michael Myers. He's come back. He's doing this again. He's trying to fight Busta Rhymes. He's doing this. He's doing that. Like you know who you're expecting. Whereas the whole whodunit thing gave it sort of the mystery. Like this dude's acting sus, or this guy's been gone for a while, or this. Like I love that it could be anyone at any time. Yeah. And like they played with that. They played with that to their heart's content.
I never knew.
Yeah.
Did you know first time watching? Did you have
that it
any
was
idea?
The two guys?
Yeah.
No way, bro.
Yeah.
That was no way. I think it ranks higher than, yeah, like Nightmare on Elm Street. Shit's scary, but like it's the same dude, and that's just how it is, and it's cool. Like, you know, this dude's menacing, but how many movies can they make of the same dude being menacing?
I liked the fact that it was almost like a thriller horror, and it did have a bit of like a whodunit almost idea until you met the actual Gemini killer. From the beginning you just weren't quite sure, and I like a thriller. I like a film that's got a beginning, a middle and an end, and that definitely had that. First time we watched it, we actually watched it at the cinema, and it was a Friday night showing, quite late. So coming back home, when we walked back, and we had to walk through a tunnel to get back to the flat that we lived in, and that was really quite creepy. The wind was blowing because it was winter, and I actually was working in a geriatric ward at that time, and I was on call the next day for the whole weekend, which was a bit creepy considering the Gemini killer used the old people to carry out his murders.
Yeah.
So that was a bit freaky.
That would have been horrible.
I would go to bed at night and I would, you know, just dream, have nightmares about it, and up at 2, 3 in the morning, shaking, putting the light on, keeping the door open. Just, yeah, it really struck me. Still can see her face sometimes. It was quite a film. There was one time it was actually on the television. I didn't know it was on, and I changed the channel on. It was one of the scariest bits. It was that, and her face just appeared out of nowhere, and I flew back, going, "Oh my God, that's that face I remember from a couple of years ago watching that movie." Yeah, I haven't actually watched it for a while. But I do have it in DVD.
When I first watched it, there was a scene where everything dropped from the kitchen, and I just remember like bursting into tears, and I was like, fuck, and I was like, I don't think I can continue with this movie. Like, I just can't go on watching it, like, no. And I paused it for a good like 20 minutes, and I was like, no, I can't do this. And then I was like, right, man up, like I need to man up, like. And then I continued watching it, but I was like in tears, and it was just terrifying. It's terrifying. And like, I always had a fear when I was a kid that when I ran up the stairs, like someone was gonna pull me down. And then it was after I watched that, because I watched it downstairs that night, and I remember like I couldn't get up the stairs, like it was just terrifying. I was like, oh my God, someone's gonna pull me down.
I don't know why we're so attracted to shit like that. Not attracted, but it's just, that's what makes it such a confronting
Compelling.
movie.
Yeah.
Because it has shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, you watch an action movie, you're like, good guy, kill bad guy, movie over. Like that, just everything just goes 0 to 100 real quick. Like, bro, like SWAT comes in. There's like riots over this couple and her baby. Like, people kill each other. There's like a whole medical bay of dying people. They're like, the baby, the baby. And she's walking past, like, what the, all in her house. She's like, what the fuck is going on?
I actually experienced like my first sleep paralysis whole dilemma. Like, I felt like I thought it was coming for me. Like, you know what I mean? It felt like for me, it felt like it was a demon like coming for my soul. I went straight to church that week, and next week, and I probably stopped after that. But it's all good. Purified my soul.
Solid 4.25 out of 5.
Not
So, you know, it's a great movie. I feel like just the gimmick and like the whole, like when you're in the room, you're on this ride, you're like, yeah, this is actually quite cool, you know. But you know, just fucking breathe so I can breathe, you know.
Probably got 5.
5.
I can't really fault it. I can't fault it. I reckon it'll last. I reckon there's a lot of like content. Like, it's not like the special effects weren't anything crazy, so it's not like it's gonna be like a weird creature or something. You look at old like horror movie like creatures and you go, ooh, good one. It's like this is all just like, it's just real, it's just people, and a couple effects, but just people mainly. So yeah, it was out of nowhere. The first hour was just like, just tragedy. just so much grief, and then
More grief.
it just kicks in, just goes double time, 0 to 100. It's like, wow, okay.
Like, what, did Jason go to space at one stage?
Jason X.
Yeah, he went to space?
Yeah.
That's what I mean, like, they need to just find some shit to put in there to make it like, okay, hold on. We know you know this guy, we know it's just gonna be the same shit. But with a whodunit, who the fuck done it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, who is it? And yeah, that's what I fuck with.
Just, I remember going to bed at night and my curtains had designs on them, and when the lights went out and the moon was coming through the curtains, I could actually visualise her face staring at me as I was trying to sleep at night, and I was just freaking out. But it is also a good storyline with good acting as well, but for the fear factor, yeah, I don't think any movie can, in my opinion, can touch
You
it.
reckon that's the scariest movie ever?
Yes.
To this day?
Yes.
Nothing.
Maybe nowadays when people look at it, it might have its flaws, but it was made in the early 70s. And to this day, not many, if any, can touch it.
4.5 out of 5.
It's a pretty solid score.
Yeah, probably don't know if any film deserves 5 out of 5, but it's pretty close to it.
That was the one that really, the first one creeped me out as well, but the second one was the one that really got me. Like, that was the one that I was like, oh shit. Don't do Ouija boards.
Like, if I like a movie, 5. If I don't, 0. I give it a 5.
That's fair.
I give it a 5.
The music, like, it's like the music was scary, man. The old record playing, like, tiptoe through the window. Like, they just appear. Like, when you least expect it, like, you know how horror films or thrillers, like, they build up to a jump scare now, so it's not really a jump scare. You kind of suspect it. Yeah, like, you get the music coming in, it sets it up for you. Like, with Insidious, it's kind of like it just throws a curveball at you right away. Like, no suspense music. Like,
Click the bell for notifications. Swipe up. Subscribe here.
Listen to this, man's.
You know, you better subscribe.
Make sure you join the club.